What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Redzone podcast, the hottest podcast on YouTube. Just remember, whenever you're close to the end zone, you're in the red zone. I'm your host, Griffin Batt, and here with the boys. Let's talk sports.
You know there ain't nothing like rooting for your team. I'll always be a big fan, ain't trying to be mean. But I'll tell you like it is when you did wrong, just like we both belong. We're gonna get it done right here in the red zone.
How about that fire Connor Clemens intro?
It is
Amazing.
fire. Shout out to Connor Clemens. Next thing, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. It's a very touchy subject. So the Red Zone, all the boys, we prepared a little statement that we'd like to say. As the Red Zone podcast, all our thoughts and prayers go out to the Floyd family and the African-American community. We don't really want to give our opinions at this time because there's much better people to listen to. So let's jump right into it. We have breaking news for all college football fans and Clemson fans. Justyn Ross, number 8, going into his junior season, is having surgery tomorrow. Let's go to Clay. Clay, what can you tell us more about this?
So Justyn, he obviously is a great talent, great receiver. He was going to have a great junior season, probably be a first-round draft pick. But this spring, he got a little stinger, so he got some x-rays on it, and they found out that he was born with something called congenital fusion in his neck and spine, and that is like a very, very serious injury. Like if you get hit the wrong way, your athletic career could be over, and so he has to have surgery, and hopefully it all goes well because Justyn's such a great guy and a great football player as well. But we're praying for him, and hopefully we can see him back on the field in 2021.
Sure. Yeah, I think all of us are a little bummed out. Dane, I know you are very upset about this. You posted a few tweets about this matter. How do you feel about this right now?
Yeah, well, first day of June, that news broke, and 2020, every other month, something bad has happened. And here we go, first day of June, Justyn Ross out for the season, potentially longer. It's just huge disappointment. I was looking forward to seeing him ball out this year, bring us back a natty. And looks like we're just going to have to do that without him this year.
Yeah.
Which we still feel very confident that we can do. I know Boston is probably hyped because now all of his cornerbacks won't get destroyed whenever we play them this year.
Well, we still got other great receivers that will step up.
That is
Joseph Ngata, Cornell Powell, Frank Ladson,
Street.
Jay Williams, Brandon Spector. We got plenty of guys.
We are so deep. We too deep. Yeah, so our thoughts and prayers go out to Justyn Ross. Well, we're going to jump right into our next segment, which is record predictions with Boston. Every few weeks, we like to go through an NFL team. We go through their whole schedule. Boston gives us win, loss, under, over, his betting, and we'll record that. And when the time comes, if he's wrong, for every game that he's wrong, he owes everyone $100. So, Boston, let's jump right into it. Our first week, on our comments on social media, on Twitter, we had someone ask us to do the Cowboys. So we're going to jump right into it. So Boston, week 1 at the LA Rams. What do you think?
Well, I'm going to actually just give this one a half because I could see it going either way, and I'm going to do that a few times down the road for their schedule just because there's some pretty big toss-ups in the Cowboys schedule. So I'll go with a half to start.
Okay, week 2 at home versus the Falcons.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat the Falcons for sure. Falcons, pretty odd year last year. I'll give them a 1.5 to start.
Okay. And week 3 at Seattle.
Yeah, I have them straight up losing that one. I don't think they're going to coming out
You
with
know what I find interesting?
What's that?
When will Dak Prescott even sign?
I think eventually he will because
Franchise tag.
the Cowboys will probably cave eventually, but
I mean,
if
I don't think he should get 150 million.
I don't either, but I have a feeling he's going to get it.
You think?
Yeah, it's wild. I think he knows it too. That's why he's holding out.
Yeah.
So
Do you
will he
think-
sign?
Do you think he
What?
deserves more than Kirk Cousins?
Yes.
Yes, Kirk Cousins should not be one of the 10 highest paid
I
Athletes
athletes.
mean,
in the
Dak
world.
Prescott wins.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
more than Kirk.
Well,
Well,
Actually,
since he's entered the
Vi-
league, he's the
Actually-
second highest winning quarterback in the league behind Tom Brady.
for the past how many years?
4 years.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely worth the money, but I still don't think. I think you give Mahomes and Lamar a few years and he
Yeah.
won't hold that stat.
No, yeah.
And Stidham.
well,
Yeah.
I heard that
And they-
Mahomes is starting contract negotiations right now for an extension.
Yeah.
So
I'll throw Deshaun in there too. Those guys will be definitely paid more than
Not Trubisky.
down the road.
Risky won't start next year.
Yeah. All right, get back to it, Boston.
Okay. Boston. I'm going to go ahead and just say loss, but week 4, home versus Cleveland.
I'm going to throw that one in the half category as well.
Whoa, fake
not
fan
confident
alert.
in his
Whoa,
team.
that's going to be a blowout.
wow.
I have it very well could be a blowout. I think the Browns could destroy them, but I am giving the Cowboys the benefit of the doubt. I think they're good enough to win the game, so I'm going to give that a half.
Okay. All right, moving on. Week 5, home versus the Giants.
Yep, I think they're going to beat the Giants twice this year. I think those are some free wins. as long
Danny
as the Cow-
Dimes.
shake
Yeah.
odds.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants could be better this year for sure, but I don't think they're good enough to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, America's. Well, they're not Americans. All right, moving on. Week 6, home versus the Cardinals.
Yeah, I was tempted to put this one as a half, but I think the Cowboys are still the better team, even with the off-season conditions. I'm going to give them the win. I think the Cardinals are still like a season away being at the Cowboys level,
Really? Even with Nuke,
even with Nuke.
my cousin. All right, moving on to week 7 at the Redskins.
I have that one as a win for the Cowboys. I don't think
So they will beat the Ohio State quarterback and Ohio State defensive end taken in the first round.
they
And
yes,
Terry McLaurin.
and Terry. They're going to beat
Wow.
all three.
Terry
That's
Terry.
unfortunate for Ohio State. All right, moving on. Week 8 at the Eagles.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've got the Eagles as a half both times, actually, just because they're going to split that one. I have a feeling they will. So I'll just give them 1-1. I don't know which one they're going to lose.
One of the best rivalries in football.
Yeah.
Great one.
If I'm giving my opinion, I think they win. The Eagles will win the first time because Carson Wentz is a guaranteed hurt by week 15. So whoever their backup quarterback, he'll definitely lose that. All right, moving on. Week 9 at home versus the Steelers.
I've got that one as a half, too. I really don't know what to think of the Steelers because they started off so bad last year but then rebounded well. Roethlisberger's going to be healthy. I think they'll be a pretty good team this year.
AB's coming back. I see it. All right. And then we go week 10. They have the bye. Week 11 at Minnesota. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I also put that one as a half. Just Minnesota's still a good team. You can say all you want about Kirk Cousins overpaid, but I mean he's a solid QB, and Minnesota's got a lot of good players.
Yeah. All right. And we go week 12, home versus the Redskins again.
Yep, I have that one as a win as well. Sorry to Chase Young.
Wow.
Can't do it himself.
How many sacks does Chase Young have in that game?
Over under 8 sacks for Chase Young on
yeah.
the year.
For the year?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give him over. I think he'll have like 10 sacks
Oh,
at least.
wow.
I think Chase Young's going to have to get impact on the league.
He's a very big human being.
Yeah.
I don't see the Cowboys going 4-0 against the Redskins and Giants, to be honest. When's the last time they've done that?
I mean,
Last year.
they can throw a game. I can't really predict them losing to either of those teams.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's hard to predict those. All right. Week 13 at the Ravens.
I have that one as a loss. The Ravens are going to be tough again this year. I don't think the Cowboys are quite on their level.
The Ravens will be second in the NFC North.
Behind the Browns.
The Steelers.
Wow.
Big Ben making a comeback.
That's a bold prediction.
That is very bold by Clay.
Yeah.
One of the best defenses in the league. They went
That is
8-8
almost-
last year with a fourth string quarterback and barely missed the playoffs.
That's almost as bold as you saying the Dolphins will beat the Patriots.
They did, and they have.
Well, yeah, they did in the past, but we're looking for the president. Stud 'em.
President.
All right, week 14 at home versus the Bengals.
I have that one as a win. The Bengals are still going to be near the bottom of the league, even with Burrow.
Okay. Week 15, home versus San Francisco.
I actually put that one down as a half because I think there's a chance they can pull the upset there. I don't know. It's a tough call, but I could see it.
Wow. Okay. Week 16 at Philadelphia.
I have that one at half as well. I just split the series. They're going to win one and lose one against the Eagles. I don't know which one.
And week 17 at the Giants.
I have that one as a win as well. So all in all, I have them at about 11.5 wins this year, which I think is reasonable. The Cowboys have underachieved in the past, though, so
Do you think they win the NFC East?
they certainly should. And with them only losing one game in the division play, I think, yeah, they should win it.
I got a question for everyone. If you're starting a franchise, you're the GM, you're picking your team, and you're drafting your franchise quarterback, and it's between Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott, who are you taking?
Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Why, Cade?
Dak for sure.
He's just a better player. I mean, you look at the stats. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but he's been better than Wentz pretty much all his NFL career. Wentz hasn't really performed that well. He gets injured a lot. Just a lot of factors.
Yeah. Well, I think Wentz has had that one year where he was the best quarterback in the league.
And
but
then
he
he's
just can't stay healthy.
Exactly.
But
And
I think
he isn't greedy. You don't have to pay him the world for him to play for your team.
That's true.
Yeah, they're both really good quarterbacks for sure.
They are. So, Boston, we're going to put this up right behind me. We'll stay there. And now we'll go back every week and see if you were wrong or correct.
All right. We'll see if I was
Good job,
right.
Boston. All right. It's normally the time in our show when we talk about body armor. So for the last time, we will talk about body armor. The Redzone podcast has officially split ways with body armor. I know you're all asking the same question, why? Why give up a Crush sponsorship where they pay you free body armor, where they give you $35,000 a year? I know that you're asking that question. The truth is, body armor and the Redzone, we did not have the same vision for the future. They wanted to go a different direction. We wanted to go a different direction. And ultimately, we are going to grow faster than So we ask that you please respect our decision, keep the media to a minimum, and go comment on Instagram and Twitter to see who our next sponsor should be. If you guys can make a good enough pitch, who knows? You might hear your company on the Redzone podcast. So thank you for respecting our decision. Now we will bring on our NBA insider, Preston Fralitz. Good morning, Preston. How you doing, bud?
Good morning. I have arrived.
Thank you for joining us today. So let's jump right into it. We all know, we've all heard the NBA rumors of, they're starting back up a 22-game playoff. What is this looking like, and are these rumors true?
The NBA is back.
All right.
Suns are back.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
NBA is coming back July 31st. They're inviting 22 teams to Orlando to play at Disney's ESPN Worldwide Sports. And they're going to have 8 regular season games.
Where the Suns will go 8-0 and make the playoffs.
And then they're going to 30 playoffs. Here you go, Preston.
So what we're expecting is NBA return at July 31st, actually. So a little bit over 2 months. That's going to give every team probably about some time to train, and then they got to get down to Orlando, and they'll be stuck there all together. And they'll just be kind of like living in a bubble. Just 22
Who
teams.
are some of the teams that weren't in the top 8 seeds that got invited, and why?
Well, here we go. I'll give you the teams that did make it. In the East, only 9 teams made it.
Okay.
That'd be Milwaukee, Toronto, Boston, Miami, Indiana, Philly, Brooklyn, Orlando, and Washington, who's 5.5 games outside of the 8. In the West, the teams that were able to make it were the Lakers, the Clippers, Denver, Utah, Oklahoma City, Houston, Dallas, Memphis, Portland, New Orleans, Pelicans, Sacramento Kings, San Antonio Spurs, and coming in last, Phoenix. So
why did just those certain teams make it that weren't?
Because they had to do a thing where they're about like 6 games
From the AC.
So if they were close enough to making up that ground.
There's a lot that Washington is the only team in the East, 6 games out of the 8 seed.
Well, Preston, who are you most excited to watch? What player and team are you most excited to watch? Cade?
I think that probably, LeBron, of course. Hopefully he can finish out how he started and get that MVP in the bag, another one for him. That'd be a great year for him. And hopefully the Lakers will win, I guess. And honestly, the Suns might make a run. Shout out Dane. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Definitely excited to see LeBron.
We have a
I did
great
not hear Lonzo Ball in that take.
Oh, yeah. He's just the best point guard in the West right now, so there's not really much to tell.
Yeah, you really can't argue with those facts.
Yeah.
The Celtics will win the finals. So. Go ahead, Dane.
Well, the Suns fully healthy are a different beast. I can't remember the exact record, but it's something insane. Obviously, we started off like 3-1, 4-1 at the beginning of the year before Ayton got that juicy suspension, fat suspension, 25 games. Then we went on a 8-game losing streak without him there. Really kind of put us out of the 8 seed, and we couldn't get back there for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so really most of these regular season games are going to be for just barely placing in, getting some extra advantages, because there will be no home court at all because they'll all be playing in the same place.
I have a
Same
question, Preston.
Yeah.
For people like teams like Milwaukee and both LA teams and Boston, Toronto, you think their stars will sit out that regular season period just to stay healthy, or do you think they'll play a few games and then sit out like Kawhi, LeBron, Giannis, Kyle Lowry?
That is something to think about, but I think with so many of them not being able to play, you're going to need those 8 games to really actually get a feel. Because even though there's not fans, these are still high-level NBA players, and there's still a shot at a championship. They're going to be fighting, so you got to be ready.
I have a question about the formatting. So I know in the West the way it works is if the 9th seed is within 4 games, I think, of the 8th seed, then there would be a play-in tournament. Is it the same for the East with the Wizards and the Magic?
Yeah, it is the same for the East, but I don't expect it to happen. That's in my mind. But I feel bad for a lot of the Western teams. Like Memphis, it's kind of screwed because they got about a 3.5 lead on each team, but that means they're still technically would be subject to a play-in tournament. But the way it works is the 9th seed would have to beat the 8th seed twice. The 8th seed would only have to beat them once. And then, that's the person who gets the 8th seed. So. And also the Pelicans kind of got screwed because if this was like a normal season and they had all 32 teams, they had a shot of hitting the playoffs because they were having one of the weakest schedules going into the final games, but not so much anymore. Now they're constricted to either playoff teams or fringe playoff teams. So some tough games. There is a chance.
Well, I know for me, I'm super excited that the NBA is coming back and we're getting sports starting to come back. And there's nothing better than the NBA playoffs. So excited.
Not fans. It'll be so exciting, You got all your favorite players going at it.
It'll be awesome.
What I would like to say is that, so of course these players will be living in like a bubble, so they will have to like social distance among people. They can do some like outside activities like golfing and eat at outdoor restaurants, but they pretty much, other than that, have to stay away from other people and stuff like that. And there are like probably just a few players who are kind of worried about going back. I don't know why. They're all in the prime of their life. They're probably not going to get hurt.
Boston?
Oh, I just can't wait for sports to start back up. Literally anything is great to me, and the fact that it's the NBA play.
Boston's just sad that his Cavs didn't make the cut.
A little sad, but I think our draft lottery odds are pretty good again this year, so at least that's something.
Boston, you said you're excited for any sports to come out. What about Tottenham and Harry Kane returning June 11th in the Premier League?
Unreal. That Harry Kane.
Something about you and Harry Kane.
He said he's actually feels better than ever. He's fully recovered from his injuries. If he can just stay healthy, he'll return as the number 1 undisputed player in the world.
Hey, Boston, do you think the Cavs will draft another point guard next year? Or will they actually use their pick?
Knowing them, they probably will.
Whoa.
They'll probably draft someone who sucks.
We actually drafted a shooting guard, but we need
a 6'1" shooting guard.
And he's actually had a pretty good season, so.
I wouldn't know because the Cavs are so irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that hat you're wearing. Look at that
Just
hat.
wait for us years.
Hey, who is in the 22-team format? Not the Cavs.
Won a title 4 years ago? The Cavs? Yeah.
2016, 3-1.
Greatest championship season ever in sports history.
Agreed.
All right, but I have to get back to something with these. So some people these probably won't go down. They're trying to think of a way to give higher seeds some kind of little advantage, because since they won't have home court advantage, because literally everyone will be sharing the same facilities. So they'll have to like divvy up practice time and all that. So there are some things like higher seeded team gets possession to start the second, third, and fourth quarters, or I don't think most of these will be passed because they're kind of stupid. Like one of them is like the team gets to designate one player to be allowed 7 fouls before fouling out. So that's a little bit overpowered.
Yeah.
But one that I do like is the higher seeded team gets hotel choice priority, or like priority in times for when they get practice. So like, if they want to get, the Ritz, they can go there, or
We want the AC to stay at the Holiday Inn while we stay at the Ritz.
It's the Motel 8.
Yeah. Well,
what that would be like for the
yeah. I mean, I'm super hyped for sports just to come back. And Preston, we thank you for your time, bud. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Peace.
Thanks, Preston.
Dear Preston.
All right. Well, Preston is a very valued asset. He'll be back on the show for sure. It was a great episode today, boys. And I think this draws it to a conclusion. Anyone else have anything they need to say?
Shout out Max.
Yes.
He missed
Yes,
the podcast.
thank you, Cade. Yep. We are on a streak of 3 episodes of having 3 people in a row. One person in 3 episodes has not been here. So.
Well, we know who the 3 most loyal podcast members are.
Thank you for the shout out, Dane.
Yes. All right, boys. Thanks for watching today. Make sure to go subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys later.